Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and today we're starting off the video a little bit differently. As you'll notice, this isn't my drawing style, this is actually my younger sister Ashlynn's. Today she wanted me to teach her how to use watercolor, and my grandmother also participated. We were originally going to record all three of our takes on what we painted and what we were working on, but we couldn't get it set up so my grandmother could record alongside us. So in the end, we decided on recording my sister's, and I'll be doing a video with my grandmother later on. This painting, she used watercolor, but instead of the watercolors in the pan like I tend to use, she used tubes. So hers looks more like acrylic or gouache than anything else. Also for background, it's St. Patrick's Day, the day that we're recording this, so my little sister was very inspired by that and decided to go with clovers and a rainbow behind it, and then she's going to be giving it to my stepmom. So that's about the basis I have for it. Be kind if you have opinions about the piece. She is younger, but she really does like to draw and paint and kind of do what I like to do. I don't know if that's just a little sister looking up to a big sister thing, but she was very excited that I agreed to put her painting in this video as well. So this is also a different format than how I intended this to look. I wanted the two different painting processes to be top and bottom so you could see what she was painting as I was painting, as is sort of obvious. Hers took a little bit less time to record because hers was a little less detail work, but it still took a decent amount of time for both of us to finish our pieces. I'm actually very upset that I couldn't include my grandmother's piece because it was very pretty, given she hadn't painted with watercolor in a very long time. So, hopefully next time I can include that. But that's all I really have to say about my sister's piece, and I will be back in a moment when we move on to mine. guys, so I'm back, and now we move on to my much larger, much more detailed, much more, oh god, it took so long to paint this picture, I'm not even joking. This piece is actually based off of a character I've drawn before, and it was when I first got my watercolors. I don't have a picture of it right now, so I will hopefully have it by the next time I decide to draw her again, but she was kind of one of those characters you come up with when you're just drawing, like your very plain, very go-to character that you draw when you don't know what else to draw. So in the original painting of her, she is in like a work uniform with a briefcase and ready to go do some lawyer stuff, I think. I have no idea what the purpose of the painting was when I made it first. But now that I've gained a little bit more skill with watercolor, and I actually gave this character skin tone as opposed to the other one who didn't have skin tone and barely had shadows or anything on it. So it's kind of one of those things you take a step back and you're like, oh, well, I guess I have improved this, haven't I? So that's the basis of this painting. You'll notice I started the painting a little bit differently than I normally would. I actually did the background first, and I did not put masking fluid on top of the character first. I have had a little bit of an issue with my masking fluid recently, and I don't know if it's because it's gotten too warm or it got too cold or it needs to be mixed or whatever its issue is, but I haven't been able to use it as much as I'd like. You'll also notice the sun also starts to give me a bit of an issue here. Because I was painting at the dining room table with my sister instead of in my room like I normally do, the lighting was a little varied. So now I'm going to talk about the design of this character. She has no official name. She's just kind of one of my go-to character, like I said. But instead of human this time, she is meant to be a mermaid, like a scavenger mermaid, almost. So she's got a red ribbon around her belt, around her waist, which is kind of like those sashes that, officers. I am good at history. That officers would often wear. She also has taken an old cloak or piece of like a ship's flag and turned it into a top. You'll also notice that there are varying holes in the top. Now, the idea was behind those was, you'll notice when I was painting them initially, there are two different colors that I put down. One is a brown, one is more of a red brown. Now, me and my very strange mindset was like, well, what if they're not all just burn holes from when the ship went down? Maybe there's also stabbings. Maybe someone also got stabbed through the flag, or the flag when they were sailing. So yes, I put blood and burn marks on her cloak, because that's just lovely for a character who looks like she could be in a children's book. She also has a locket around her neck that is also slightly derived from the H2O series. The three mermaids have lockets, and I tend to find that I draw my mermaids with a very specific necklace or a locket to show that they're mermaids. And I don't know if it's because that show was awesome and it will forever somehow sneak into my art, or if I just really felt she needed the necklace on this one. My idea when I envisioned it was like, oh, well, what if it's not a locket, it's a compass, or it's a pocket watch, something along those lines, and she thinks it's magic because it tells time, or magic because it points only one direction, or there's a picture of somebody she really likes in there, or a painting of her family, or something along those lines. Also, very small detail, something I'm very proud of myself for including in this, though, is she has a scar on her chin. It's a little difficult to see because I haven't painted it yet. Or maybe I have. Maybe I've already flipped that. Actually, no. I totally painted that and flipped it up already and I missed it. But she has two little, almost like scratch marks on her chin. My idea behind that was when she was younger, there's some tragic backstory with her mom or her father getting attacked by a monster, and she kept the scars from it happening as a memory. We have now moved on to the longest portion of this painting. I outlined the entire thing in black watercolor. It is not an easy thing to outline an entire painting in black watercolor. It took me almost 40 minutes to outline the entire painting in black watercolor. Now that I've got my rant out of the way, black watercolor, man. Very, but the lines look really crisp and happy, and really crisp and happy. They look really crisp and good, and it makes me happy. I do kind of miss the rough and defined look that I had before, but I feel like the black really ties everything together and adds that finishing touch. At the end here, my phone started to have an issue where it wasn't recording as long as it should have been able to, so it jumps a bit. But I used white gouache to put shines on her eyes and her lips, a little on her nose just to lighten it, and on her pocket to show that the lights hit. I also used silver pen to put the finishing touch on her locket and sign things in, but that got cut out as well. I'm a little unhappy with the way the lighting is in this final pan shot here. You can't see the colors as vibrantly as I wish, because the brown and the shading on her cloak show up much prettier, especially the lighter shading that is on there, and it just kind of disappears. Also, I am now noticing that I have a full shot of how messy my workspace is. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone! Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there, and if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!